I'd like you to start off saying, the minute I was told.
The minute I was told, I shat myself.
I was told I had to keep it quiet, so that was really, really, really difficult because I just wanted to go, ah!
Yeah, I couldn't believe it because I actually said the word Yahoo and then I realised that's what Yahoo meant. The three guys and the managing director were looking at me going, oh, I hope we're going to get now.
I was picking my son up from school and I was in the school playground and there was just all these kids running around screaming, and so I probably answered the phone a bit like, yeah, who is it? And he was like, it's Derek. And I was, oh God, I'm really sorry. So I was probably really rude to him, but and sounded very dismissive, but I was pretty amazed actually.
Well, it was a real surprise for one thing, because I never applied actually with the expectation of getting that phone call and becoming part of it. I was just trying out an idea and some thinking, and I figured it would be something I would never get to do, but I was blown away, honestly, Derek, when I got the phone call. I was really surprised and so excited.
Open our eyes and make those uncomfortable interventions. And when I was told, it was a kind of feeling unreal. It was unreal. It didn't feel right. I thought someone was winding me up and this was a prank call. This couldn't be happening.
But it's been something that's been on my bucket list for years, and something that previous versions of me maybe wouldn't have put herself forward for. So to be able to do that and to embrace it all is like a major milestone.
It was a really surreal moment. I think because of the subject I was speaking about, you constantly prepare for failure or rejection, or someone not accepting it or not seeing your point, or thinking, ooh, I don't want to touch that. That's too controversial. So I kind of had myself set up for failure, which is terrible, but that's the reality. So when I found out, I was like, wow, someone's actually being brave enough to take this on with me, and that was it kind of, from feeling very isolated and alone, it kind of made me feel, wow, okay, people are listening, they're ready to listen, or they want to hear what I've got to say.
Could we put an X on the floor where we want them to stand?
Yes, we will. I will do that. Okay, I was talking over saying that.
Right, voice test, go. Say something.
Say something. Say something interesting. Say something intelligent.
Hi, I'd like to invite you all to come on an adventure with me. It's going to be very uncomfortable in moments, and it's going to take you out of your comfort zone. But I promise you this, if you come, you'll come back a different person.
So, let me know when you're ready and I'll start.
Right? And then I did this before I did the homework, and I was like, sorry for dropping F-bombs. I think it could definitely be more personal and more about me. I don't know if people want that. I don't want people to feel sorry for me if I share more about me. And it was really hard to get in 1 minute. So I had this much and I was like, right, score.
Yeah, I wanted to keep it quite short. I wanted to take my time with it. I wanted to let it all sink in, because I feel like it's quite new information for a lot of people. So before, I've tried to cram so much in, and then people are like, what did you just say?
It was like the end of a TV commercial where they're reading the terms and conditions. Okay.
No, I was super nervous.
Breathe out.
Don't forget, the one thing on the day, you are the expert on this.
Okay, yeah.
You're going to be standing on the stage going, you know what, I'm going to go right here, and for this next 12 minutes, I'm the expert on what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay?
It's as simple as that. Is the more you can share yourself and show yourself to be vulnerable, show yourself not to be perfect, then the easier it is to relate to you.
Do you have a question?
Yeah, just prove it to me.
I never thought that 4 letters, LYLY, would give me an identity crisis.
I walked in not knowing what to expect.
I thought literally I'd have to write a talk, stand up on a stage and deliver it.
I came into this thinking, I know a wee bit about this. I'm quite comfortable in front of cameras and people, but the process of fitting in the business storytelling angle to what the little message that I want to get across has been amazing.
Despite being based in Paris, I've been, really well integrated to, all of our sessions. It's also been an amazing learning journey. I've really found how to tell our stories, find ways to really represent the community that I'm from. So I'm being creative and selective on the story I wanted to share.
The standout thing for me was they said, oh, you're going to have to do at least 35 hours of work for a 12-minute talk. And I was thinking, oh my goodness, really? But actually, you have to dig deep and do the work. And you see that in the results that you get every time.
So a TED Talk is so much more than just writing a talk. It's not just 1 or 2 sheets of paper and you rock up on the day. We had to do so much research, but when I started the research, I then discovered how many people my message resonates with and how many people will have an opinion on it. So it opens can of worms after can of worms. I was finding so much folk, I would write an opinion and then people would have an opinion on that. So it doubles up your workload.
It was described at the very beginning, like when you arrive, you have an idea of what you want to say and that it's basically like a plate of spaghetti, but it's all, and you've got loads of ideas in there and you've got to pull them out and you've got to throw some away and you've got to straighten some out and you've got to understand the order of them all. That is the best analogy that I could use for how it's felt, because at the beginning it felt like a jumble of ideas.
Alongside this, of getting the talk done, we then had the practical side of it, of learning to actually deliver the talk, heightened the workload even more. So it's a much bigger workload than I was expecting, but not one that I've not enjoyed, and definitely lessons that I can take forward in other ways.
I never thought it would be this much of a journey. I never thought it would be this emotional as a journey, to connect with these people, hear these stories. And I honestly never thought I would learn so much from going through it. And it's been such a valuable process, both from a human perspective of connecting with people and a learning journey.
So Lila, I guess my key question, two key questions are, who are you aiming the talk at? Because I've heard various requests from different people thus far, and what do you want from them?
But actually to say, in this talk, somehow to give the sense that I'm lifting a veil and I'm showing you a whole secret world that makes that possible, that makes your unthinking experience possible. There's a whole secret world of identity and culture and people and lives and dreams and passion.
And then it's sort of chronologically 3 stories. The second story being
4 stories or 3 stories?
No, 3 stories in total.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've found a lot of great help in the element premise proof model. So I've built the whole thing around it, to be quite honest. So I've also used Plutchik's emotions there, because I want to take you through a range of emotions throughout this.
Those resources online are super important, and I absolutely understand why they need to be there, because they save people's lives, but you can't be what you can't see, and I didn't see myself anywhere at the beginning.
What is it you want me to think or do or believe differently? The individual in the audience, and I'm not sure I was hearing it as clear.
To help, guide, support. And then, every time at each stage, quiet moment. Yep, I can do it. You've got to help your kids, support your kids. You've got to do all these things.
And that's only to turn to these 3 people here, because I'm now getting confused slightly as to where we're actually going with this.
And that makes the change faster, it makes us move together, and it keeps us focused on the things that matter. So when it comes towards the ask, I want people to recognise, I want the word hypocrite to ring an alarm bell.
But the description that you give, that creates a picture in our head. So the alternative is not to show us a picture, it's to get us to create a picture.
Sure.
So yeah.
So is to show that as much as we want to integrate, sometimes it's not made easy for us to integrate either.
Whatever you do, you will have people sitting on the edge of the seat, because it's like
what's next? You know, that it's like there's a cliffhanger at every piece there.
But you've got to say them out loud a few times so that you know, at this point, I know I'm going to get a bit of lump in my throat, but I've said it 4 or 5 times in front of other people. I know I'll get through this. Rather than, oh, I might or I might not get through it. Why take the risk?
Yeah. So now you're going to get 5 goes between now and the 12th of November.
5 goes.
To do the full thing, okay?
Yeah.
Beyond today, this is where now the heavy climb starts.
It's just been an adventure.
It's been a roller coaster. I'm sure that's what everyone says.
It's been incredible. It's actually changed the way I'm thinking about my own business and my own life. So a fantastic process.
I've learned so much. There's so much I can take away from this, not just for my TED Talk, but things I can bring with me my whole life through my career.
Do you even have a job? Do you know how many autistic people want to be working?
To make that connection and to join with them in an endeavour and be together as a team has been awesome.
One thing I've learned from all of this is how one theme can spark so many different variety of topics. And I think that's the beauty of TEDx Talks or TED Talks, is that, you know, it's just reuniting everyone. No matter what your story is, no matter what your passion is, you can learn so much from TED.
It was obviously a highlight from the start to be told to even get to do the talk, but then to find out that my dad was doing it as well. It's been hilarious, phoning each other up. It's been like a bonding experience, and I don't think a lot of folk would get the opportunity to say, first of all, I'm doing a TED Talk, but second of all, to do it with my dad is really cannot describe how fun this has been. It's been so good to have that one rock throughout the whole process.
I think the highlight has been re-educating yourself in terms of who you are and what your message is and how you deliver that message. What you've got to say might not be what people want to hear. More importantly, people want to hear what you've got to say, but it's how you put it across. And I think that's been an absolute wake-up point as well. There's so many people out there, so much opportunity, but you need the right message for the right audience, and that's been shining through everything we've been told and shared with us.
To be given the opportunity to not only get up in front of my local community, but to be able to reach people across the globe and share my story, it's an amazing gift. It's an honour.
Put yourself forward. Don't think you're not good enough, because they're going to help, guide, support and bring the best out of you. And they say everyone's got a book in them, everyone's got a story in them. That's something that's definitely come out as part of the process.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome live to the stage Mr. Fraser Hay, Zoe Morrison, Aileen Alexander, Lili Fong, Mr. Eric Doyle, Alex White, Lauren Hay, Sarah Rochester, Mr. Del Redvers, Katie Forbes.
To each and every one of you, on behalf of Bob and I, and Erin and Honey, the team, you've come such a long way, and I'm proud.
Yeah. Oh God, you've wrecked your thing because I cried. She's like, she looks a bit different at the end for the start. This is what TED does to you, like destroys you.